today we're talking about logic. And logic can get kind of confusing. We're going to kind of do just the basics of logic. I have a book up there called Math Curse, and it really does a thing about getting kind of confusing on the whole logic thing. I may try to read that to you this week or next week. But a statement is any sentence that is either true or false, but not both. If I said, my name is Mrs. Smith, would that be true or false? That is a true statement. If I said, my name is Mrs. Jones, would that be true or false? That would be false. Okay. And so a statement is either true or false, but it's not both. The truth value is the truth or falsity of a statement. Okay, and that's just what we determined whether my statement was true or false. And when we talk about a statement, we use a lowercase letter. Okay, and so let's say I had the statement, Owasso is a city in Oklahoma. What would the truth value of that be? Tell me. Oh, it's a city. It's a city in Oklahoma, isn't it? So that would be a true statement. Now, you can take a statement and you can negate it, which means you change the truth value of it. So if it was true, it becomes false. If it's false, it becomes true. And this little squiggle right here, you read that as not. So if I have a little squiggle and a P, that means not P. And I'm going to negate statement P. So instead of being Owasso is a city in Oklahoma, it would be Owasso is not a city in Oklahoma. Now is that true or false? False, yes. The P is it just represents a statement. Okay, so this is statement P. And if I put a squiggle in it, that means I want to negate that statement and give it the opposite truth value. Okay. So Owasso is not a city in Oklahoma. It's a false statement. So I changed its truth value. Yes.
So when you put the squiggle on it, how would that be in the question?
Well, you'll see. We're going to do one where it tells you to do that. Okay. You're gonna put together with some other things, and it will tell you to put the squiggle in front of it. You're not just gonna do it randomly. Okay, I'm just telling you what it means when you come across it, and you'll see how I use it in just a second. Okay. If not, we'll come back to it. Okay. Yes, sir.
So P, or like squiggle P, would that make that a true statement since it's not also like it changed to also?
Well, you go back to the original statement, and the original statement is true. And so if I do not P, then it changes that to a false statement. And I have to add the not in here. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Now, if I take and I put two statements together, I get a compound statement. Remember, I told you this is going to be kind of like in English. Okay. If you take and put two statements together, you get a compound statement. And so if I have two statements, Owasso is a city in Oklahoma. Owasso is a suburb of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Those are two statements. If I join them together with the word and, I create a conjunction. Owasso is a city in Oklahoma, and Owasso is a suburb of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay? That's a conjunction. And when you join two statements together with the word and, in order for that statement to be true, both of those statements, P and Q, both have to be true. Now remember, we had statement P, I created a new statement Q, and I put them together with the word and. This is a true statement, and this is a true statement. So when I join them together with the word and, I create a true conjunction. Okay? A conjunction, like I said, is you join two statements together with the word and it is only true when both statements are true. This is the symbol that we use. It looks like an arrow, part of an A. Goes with and, all of the A's, okay? Arrow, A, and, okay? And it's read P and Q. Yes?
So you would write P with a weird semicolon Q instead of write the whole sentence and use that.
Well, what it'll do is it'll give you this, and it'll have you determine whether it's true or false, and then you have to write it out. Okay? Okay, so let's say that you told your parents that you were going to go to the movies and spend the night with your friend Joe. Okay? Joe could be a girl, okay? So you're going to go to the movies and you're going to spend the night with your friend Joe. So you spend the night with your friend Joe, but you go to the bowling alley. Have you told your parents the truth? No, because you did one of the two things, but in order for that conjunction to be true, both of those have to be true. Now, if you go to the movies and you go to your friend Joe's, then to not your friend Joe, you're good. told them the truth. Okay, so, alright, so we're going to write a compound statement for each and find its truth value. And I've got 3 statements here. And what I like to do is I like to determine whether they're true or false first, and then I put the statement together. Because sometimes when you put the statement together, you're thinking about all these different things, and it makes it kind of confusing. Okay, the figure is a triangle, true or false? That's true. The figure has 2 congruent sides. That is true. The figure has 3 acute angles. That is false. Right. Okay, so that's false. Alright, so now I know their truth value. Now I'm going to look at how they want me to put them together. I want P and R. What is the truth value for P? True. Okay. And truth value for R? It's false. Okay. So what is the truth value for P and R? It's false. Now, I want to put it together as a statement. My statement would be, the figure is a triangle, and the figure has 3 congruent angles. So the figure is a triangle, and the figure has 3, not congruent, acute angles. There we go. I think I looked at the one above and got that from it. Okay, so P and R is a false statement, and then I've actually written it out in words the way that I wanted it to. Alright, now, Q and not R. What is the truth value for Q? True. And the truth value for not R? If it was originally false and it's not R, it's going to now become true. And so a true and a true is what kind of statement? A true statement. Okay, so now I want to put these together. And my Q statement is the figure has 2 congruent sides. And now I have to do not R instead of R. What would not R be?
2 acute and 1 right.
Okay, you could probably say that, but just make it easy on yourself. Just insert the not. Yes.
The figure does not have 3 acute.
The figure does not have 3 acute angles. That would be easier. We don't want to get too complex. And the figure does not have 3 acute angles. Okay, so your conjunction is 2 statements joined with the word and in order for it to be true, what has to happen? Those statements have to be true. Okay, good. Alright, now we're going to talk about a disjunction. And a disjunction is another type of compound statement. It is formed by joining 2 or more statements with the word or. Okay? And your conjunction is true when one or both of the statements are true. The symbol that we use is like a V. Okay? And we read that P or Q. So, if you told your parents that you were going to go to the movies or spend the night with your friend, and you went to the movies and came home, did you tell them the truth? Yes. If you went to the movies and then you spent the night with Sue, then had you told them the truth? Huh? Yeah, you still told them the truth, right? You still, because it's true, right? I messed up when I said that. But if you went to the bowling alley and then you spent the night with Sue, have you told them the truth? You haven't, because that would be a false statement, right? Okay? Because you told them that you went to the movies. See, I told you, it'd be really confusing. You told them you went to the movies and you spent the night with Joe, right? Or you went to the movies or you spent the night with Joe. Okay? It's only going to be false if you do totally 2 different things. Okay? If you didn't tell them the truth in either aspect. Does that make sense? Okay? Yes. Yeah. If you did one thing true, it's true because you said, I am going to go to the movies or I'm going to spend the night with Joe. So if you went to the movies, but then you spent the night with Sue, you've told them the truth. Okay, because you said you were going to do one or the other. Okay, they can kind of fibbed it there a little bit, but really, if you look at logic, you're telling the truth. But if you went to the bowling alley and then you spent the night with Sue, you didn't do either of the two things that they told you, so that is a false statement. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. So, if somebody else had their hand up, somebody else have a question? No? Okay. All right. So we're going to write a compound statement for each and then find its truth value. Okay. January is a fall month. True or false? False. Okay. January is winter month. So that's a false statement. January has only 30 days. On your knuckles? Okay, that is false. Okay. And January 1st is the first day of the new year. That is a true statement. Okay. So if I did P or R, P is what kind of statement? False. And R is true. So false or a true is what? True. So if I wrote that out, I would say January is a fall month. Or January 1 is the first day of the new year. Okay. Now I'm going to do not P or R. Not P is going to have what true value? True value. True. And then R is true. So not P, true or a true is true. So January is what? How would I negate that? January is not a fall month. Or R is just regular. January 1 is the first day of the new year. What if I did P or Q? What would that true value be? That one would be false. Okay? Because we would have a false or a false. And that is the only time that it's false. Okay? A disjunction, the only time it's false is when they're both false. Alright, any questions before going to Venn diagram? Okay. Got it? Alright. Now, Venn diagrams. You guys have done Venn diagrams before? Okay. You may not have heard the word conjunction and disjunction with it, but in regard to Venn diagrams, conjunction is a representation of the intersection of two sets. That's what they have in common, okay? Before they cross over each other. The disjunction is represented by the union of two sets, so it's all inclusive. This is a Venn diagram of the winter formal. And it says the Venn diagram shows the number of juniors that did or did not attend the mid-high winter formal their freshman or sophomore year. Okay, so this is juniors, okay? And it looks to me like 142 people only went their freshman year. 62 only went their sophomore year. 260 went to both their freshman and sophomore winter formal. What does this little outlier say? What does that tell me? Did not go at all, right? Okay, so it's how many that did not go to either. So, alright, so let's answer these questions here. It's kind of repeat what I just told you. How many students attended their sophomore but not their freshman winter formal? 62 only went their sophomore year. Okay, how many students attended their sophomore and freshman winter formal? 260. How many students did not attend their sophomore sophomore or freshman year? The 236. Now here's the big question. How many students are now juniors?
So I got 436 on
What did you add together?
the 260 versus 236.
260 plus the 236?
Yeah.
Okay, now this represents those that went both years. This represents those that went
Oh, so
did
all four numbers.
all four. Okay, yes. 700 is the correct answer. Thank you. So 700. Okay, so the number of juniors is the sum of all the elements. Alright, so we talked about what a statement was and whether you can determine if it's true or false. And so if I said that Carly's favorite sport was basketball, well, that would be a true or a false statement? That would be a false statement, right? But if I said Carly's favorite sport is softball, would that be true? That would be a true statement. Okay. Now, if I take and join two statements with the word and, what's that called? That's a conjunction. And the symbol for that is like the beginning of an A, like an arrow, right? And when is it true? If they're both true. Okay. And then a disjunction is two statements formed with the word or, okay? And the symbol for that is the V, okay? And when is it true? At least one is true. When's it false? When they're both false. That's the only time it's false. They're both false. Okay? Alright. And then you guys know how to do Venn diagrams. Yes? Alright, your assignment's on the board. I did omit number 8. What does it mean to omit? Do not do. Okay.